Guys, I'm not saying we should claim him, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we should claim Alex Burrows. But Alex Burrows, along with a plethora of other NHLers, as well as Johnny Oduya, also from the Ottawa Senators, he's been placed on waivers. Burrows is on waivers, and it's the end. It's the end. Let's face it, the dude's got 8 points in 51 games played, 41 penalty minutes, and he's a -4 this year. No one's gonna claim him. He is going to Binghamton, and he's gonna play the rest of his NHL low-key career back in the AHL, where he was low-key irregular for 2 years with the Manitoba Moose, 12 years ago. So the Dragon Slayer's tenure in the National Hockey League is pretty much done. I want to apologize. This is not the most professional and well thought out appreciation video that I could make, but this is gonna be off of all raw emotion, dude. Alexandre Burrows, he played in 11 seasons as a Vancouver Canuck. He racked up some of the most memorable goals in Vancouver Canucks history, and it's finally coming to an end. I say finally, but I'm sure a lot of Ottawa Senators fans looking at this, they're like, yeah, finally, but Vancouver Canucks fans are like, okay. I want to talk about a few things here. Let's talk about his journey through the Q, through the ECHL, the A, and then finally the NHL, because Burrows will always be remembered for his treasured storyline to get to the NHL. The fact that he had to play on different ECHL teams, and with the Columbia Inferno, he got himself 73 points in 64 games. He got called up to the Manitoba Moose to play 2 games there, and then later on the Moose were like, yeah, we like you. We're gonna sign you to an AHL contract. Then 2 AHL seasons later, he's making his debut with the Vancouver Canucks, and by the time he's in his second year playing in the NHL, he gets himself 9 points in 81 games. People are like, okay, I don't know what's really happening here. But then the next season, he got 31 points in 82 games, and from there, he just progressed upwards. And Alex Burrows, with a peak season of 35 goals in 2010, 67 points, and 121 penalty minutes, he's definitely just one of the more memorable, iconic players to ever play for the Canucks. Just looking at his achievements in the playoffs, the Dragon Slayer exorcism goal against Chicago, the game to wrap around against Tim Thomas, that was fantastic, and all the other 7 goals that he scored in the playoffs in 2011. It was just a great time. It was a great time, and a lot of Vancouver Canucks fans just kept on cheering for this guy to continue, and I'm sure that there are a lot of Canucks fans who didn't like the way he played. He didn't like the way he played for the Canucks, but they appreciated the presence that he brought to the Canucks because he did have an innate ability to get under his opponent's skin, and that threw off a lot of opponents for Vancouver at the time. And who could forget? Probably the most memorable regular season goal that Alex Burrows scored was probably that shootout winner against Carolina, which basically saved Alain Vigneault's job. And he did it twice, basically. The Dragon Slayer goal saved Vigneault's job from a 3 straight losing to the Chicago Blackhawks in the playoffs, and now he's an Ottawa Senator, probably going to Binghamton. He's going to Binghamton, let's be honest here. No one's really going to claim him. If the Vancouver Canucks claimed him, then oh my god. But they're not going to claim him. They couldn't. They shouldn't claim Alex Burrows. If they did, I don't know how I'd react, to be honest. I mean, if he sucks, okay, because we suck too. But like, that's an interesting thought. But Alex Burrows going over to the Ottawa Senators in the Jonathan Dahlin trade, who was ranked at the time as like probably outside their top 3 in terms of forward prospects. So the Senators didn't really feel like they were giving up that much, in my opinion. He had 11 points in 20 games playing for the Senators, and then in the playoffs he had 5 assists, and the playoffs really were a good time for the Senators last year. Had the Senators won Game 7 and proceeded to win the Cup against Nashville, this trade would have been a definite win for the Ottawa Senators, regardless of how Burrows would be playing today. Because if Burrows was a player who helped the Senators win the Cup, then that is the ultimate goal, that is the salvation, that is the prime achievement, that is automatically a win. And they didn't win the Cup. But they got really gosh darn close to it. So, at the time, the Burrows for Dahlin trade didn't really seem that bad. Looking at it in hindsight now, though, Dahlin is looking to be a really good player, and Burrows is, well, he's Alex Burrows. And I guess that's what the Senators did. They traded a really good prospect for immediate success, and I'm not going to deny that. Burrows did help the Senators last year. He helped them in the playoffs, and they did go to Game 7 against Pittsburgh. And honestly, I don't think this is a bad trade. At the moment, I mean, if we look at this 10 years down the line, okay, sure, it's a bad trade, but, like, for what it's worth, the Senators did get a good piece in the playoffs, but it just wasn't enough. And now Burrows this year, with 8 points in 51 games, people on Twitter, people on Reddit, just constantly talking trash about Burrows and how he doesn't really add anything to the Senators, and he just makes the team worse. It's sad to see him go like this, but I guess it's time. And Alex Burrows now on waivers. Of course, if he gets claimed by some, like, playoff team or whatever, and they go on a run, this video is completely pointless. If the Vancouver Canucks claim him, this video is completely pointless, but I wanted to give my appreciation and thoughts to our Dragon Slayer, Alexandre Burrows, on what could be defined as one of the most underdog-like, overachieving NHL careers in history. Hope you guys enjoyed this footage. We're posting sound controls like that on gaming, and bye.